Good morning.
Yo,
How's it going?
you there? What's up, my guy?
You all right?
How was your weekend?
Yeah, it's all right. Chilled.
Awesome, man. Got that new microphone, huh?
Yeah, webcam mic. Yeah,
Oh, you got a webcam now?
yeah, it's built in. It's a webcam built-in microphone. Or
That's
mic,
awesome.
but it's the pitch. It's only a cheap one. The pitch quality is not too good on the webcam.
Don't worry about it.
So I got it mainly for the mic.
True, true. You don't want to show your face?
No.
I'm kidding. So how you been, man? How was your weekend?
Yeah, it's good. It's chilled. So,
Awesome. Awesome. So you got that that monitor, huh?
yeah,
And,
loving it. Man.
and it's awesome.
I think, like I say, I think it's the same as yours, just without the big built-in PC.
Yeah, 27.
But yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, it's like I said, it's makes it so much easier or enjoyable to get work done and
yeah,
to actually be on it. You know, like when you have a shitty computer, you just don't want to be on it.
yeah.
So
I was literally just I was using it was 17-inch.
yeah, 17. Yeah, and it was like a square monitor, right?
Yeah, you don't get much of a picture on it either.
Leveling up. Just leveling up. Yo, so let's go over the market for the week. So obviously NFP week, very important week. So moving into today, all we got really is the unemployment coming out today. We got some we got Germany speaking. Some of their bankers speaking. MPC member Haldane is speaking as well. FOMC member Williams is speaking also. But we got some important data coming out of Japan, even though it is yellow. But it seems like Japan right now is pretty weak, being that they want to continue the central bank bond buying and quantitative easing for the country. So Japan is one of those countries that's just going to keep extending it, where the U.S. and Great Britain, New Zealand, Canada, some of these are countries that are trying to come away from that. They're trying to taper some of the bond buying, increase interest rates, and strengthen the currency overall. But right now, Japan is not doing that. They want to continue to wait, continue to keep the country locked down and everything. So obviously, their currency should be weak, right? Yep. So we're starting to break below the support over here. We've been holding this support where we reach these lows on the Japanese currency index. We come right back up to retest the previous bearish trend over here, and then we just continue down. And we kind of consolidate in here, break below, continue to consolidate, and then now we're starting to break below the yearly lows over here to the left. So are we forming a resistance here to continue down? If so, you're going to see GJ continue to rise, right? We have a strong bullish trend over here on GJ, obviously. This was our previous correction. And then what did we do after this correction? We continue bullish to create a new high. Now, are we doing the same exact thing over here where we create the support down here, 152, create that support, wick to fill, and then continue right back up? So right now, this current weekly candle has no bottom wick, barely at least, right? So we have barely a bottom wick over here, and we're starting to push up. We are now retracing from this top wick over here, but are we going to form a resistance to continue down, or are we going to come up and fill this wick and continue right back up? Right, but before we get into technicals, let's continue looking at Tuesday over here. So we got an Italian bank holiday. It's not going to be much of a big deal. We have mortgage approvals and M4 money supply over in Great Britain. So that's going to be important. We have some FOMC speakers talking, and then consumer confidence is coming out, which is important. So we're going to be looking at this tomorrow, but all eyes look at NFP for this week, right? NFP is super important. That's what's basically, as you can see with gold right now, it's consolidating, but that's basically what the market is waiting for. You have ADP coming out midweek on Wednesday. You have CPI flash climate, flash estimate over here for the euro, Chicago PMI, crude oil inventories. That's about it over here. Non-manufacturing index for Japan. That's about it. The main thing we're going to be looking at is ADP. You know, it's going to be the main market mover because all central banks look at that. If you trade CAD, which you don't, GDP is coming out as well on Wednesday. Moving into Thursday, we have German final manufacturing PMI, French manufacturing PMI. So we have some PMI data coming out of Europe. And then you have Bailey speaking, which is going to be important. Like I said, the Great Britain is one of those countries that's trying to get away from quantitative easing and get away from giving that some money away and keeping everything locked down. They're trying to get away from that along with us. What's up, Carlos?
Yo, what's up, guys? Good
How you
morning.
doing, brother?
Oh man, on and off, my allergies been killing me this weekend.
Damn.
Yeah,
What, like cold symptoms and all that?
yeah, it's been on and off rain the whole week down here.
Oh, it's raining?
It was raining this whole weekend. It's supposed to rain later on today.
Damn. Well, the flowers need it. The grass needs it.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
Gotta look at the positives, I guess, right?
yeah, for sure, man. It definitely good for the environment.
Fuck yeah. So we are going over some fundamentals for the week and then getting into some of the charts. We're going to break those down. So we're looking at Thursday right now. Carlos, we got NFP week this week, so it's super important. OPEC meetings on Thursday as well. Unemployment claims on Thursday. And then again, like I said, PMI, Bailey speaks, ISM manufacturing PMI, which is always important, along with services for the U.S. Again, like I said, all central banks look at the U.S. and the way our economy is moving, and the global economy really, what we do determines the global economy, to be frank. So looking at Friday, Spanish unemployment change, Lagarde speaks as well, and then the big tuna, we got NFP coming out on Friday. So that's going to be super important. I think that's what gold's waiting for right now. It's still consolidating. Nothing really happened for it to move out of that consolidation. So let's take a look. Actually, before that, we just want to look at the estimate. So we missed the mark last time we had unemployment in the beginning of the month. So we missed the mark by almost 100,000 over here from the forecast. But right now they're looking at 700,000 jobs. So let's see if we actually hit that. I'm sure we don't, just because, we haven't been hitting a lot of numbers when it comes to some of the forecasts that have been coming out for the U.S. And I don't know, maybe they're just trying to show that they have a lot of optimism, and then they're just showing that they keep getting let down. So I'm expecting not as good numbers coming out of 700,000 because nobody wants to work. The government's paying everyone. It's easy to turn down jobs because you're getting paid more by the government right now. So I have no confidence in most people right now when it comes to working. The whole sentiment around the world is that the government is here to help you, and that's not good. I don't know where you guys stand politically, but when the government says they're here to help, it's typically not good. They're going to be taxing you and everything. They don't want to help you. They just want their piece. They want their taxes. They're just disguising that. And that's a whole other discussion. But looking into GJ over here, like I was just pointing out to Gary, we had this previous corrective phase on the higher time frames. Finally, after some major bullish price action over here, we finally had this correction over here. Now we have something similar after creating a new high. We broke out of this, right? Created a new high at 156, and then came right back down into this area, 152, very significant level when we were around this area, right? Price kept rejecting 152. Now we're holding support over here. Now, this bearish candle over here closed with a very strong bearish candle, but with no bottom wick. This candle continued to push down, and then we rejected 152, right? Ended up flipping bullish, continuing all the way up to 155, 100, and then rejecting a little bit to create that top wick. This candle right now is, obviously bullish with no bottom wick yet. And I say yet because we already created this top wick, and we're starting to reject 154, 200, which is a significant level in the lower time frames. So are we going to create a resistance here to retest these lows, or are we going to continue bullish to retest this wick or fill this wick and continue bullish through here. Just like we were looking at over here, where we get that weaker bearish candle, where we continue right back up, and then we pass the high of these candles to continue up, just like this move over here. So looking at the daily now, the daily last week, we ended up coming right back into this range over here to the left, right? We had this consolidation. We broke out of it, right, with the U.S. news talking about increasing interest rates. Then we corrected the entire move, coming right back up to retest this area. And now we're starting to push bearish over here. But we are holding support so far right over here, right? So let's look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, we had this bullish price action over here. Price just pushing up. We ended up consolidating over here, and then we broke structure where we had the support. We ended up breaking it, and now we're in that bearish trend. But now we're holding support right over here, 153,650. Right over here, we're holding the support, previous resistance, right? Previous support of this consolidation area where we were in this for about 2 weeks over here. So right now we're kind of stuck in that, right? We are holding the support. We're breaking bearish market structure. Very simple to read. Bearish market structure. We just held support and now we broke out of it. The only thing is now we're holding this resistance over here at 154,200, which seems like a significant level. That's why I marked that off. Got that resistance right here. So I don't want to take anything in here, right? We're consolidating right in there. But if you break resistance here at 154,200, right? If we're just coming down and retest this area and then continue up, or retest maybe something like this, we'll look at this on the lower time frames, where we start to form a support going up, a bullish trend support to continue bullish. I think safe buys are going to be above 154,200 to continue right back up into this area. Let's see how many pips we have. Awesome. You got about 35 pips right here to play with once we do create that support. But if you do want to take sells, you're going to have safer sells once we break 153,650, right? At least getting a quick scalp into this area right here. Previous support, support, resistance over here. Clean move, right? This is going to be easy if we do break below that support. And that's going to be significant because then you get the daily flipping bearish where we did create that top wick over there. And then you look at the 4 hour over here. We are holding that resistance over there to then continue down. But the only thing is we are consolidating in here. So this right here is a no trade range. Not worth trading in this. You just want to wait for price to break this area. That way you know that the 4 hour is flipping bullish after creating its bottom wick. You could take this up, and this could actually turn into, if you get a scalp, once we break that resistance, can actually turn into an intraday or swing trade where we continue right back up to retest our previous highs up here. And then eventually, if you're able to hold that, we continue right back up to 156. So that could be a play for you. It's just going to be challenging because you see the way GJ has been consolidating in here. I don't know if you're going to be able to grab a intraday or scalp in here. This is very difficult. The main scalp, or not scalp, but the main swing that you're going to grab is probably out of this zone, right? Out of this whole area. Once we break 156 to continue up, that'll turn into a beautiful swing. But for now, it's going to be hard to turn anything. Like right now, this is where you want to catch your scalps and really secure most of those scalps and then move your stop loss to break even, and you can hold a runner from there. And hopefully it breaks out and turns into an intraday trade. But for now, this is where you want to secure those scalps, and those runners are typically going to be left smaller, right? Instead of securing only 50%, where you know that we're in a major trending market and price is going to continue up or continue down, now you want to secure maybe like 70, 80% instead, right? Since we're moving sideways. So right now we are in this range. Like I said, we very well could continue in here, but I want to wait for price to form, after breaking this bearish trend, to start printing higher lows and higher highs where we see that bullish trend to continue up. Looking at the 30-minute over here, we're just kind of consolidating in here. So let's see what we do. Again, we just want to wait for price to break above 154.200. See how messy the 30-minute is? It's just not worth trading in here. Sound good, guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So looking at gold over here. Gold. Again. Obviously, we're really ranging over here. We came up, we tested this high, these highs up here, these candle body highs, and now no top wick over here, just straight bearish, right? Now we have a wick that we're starting to form over here on the monthly. Keep in mind, the monthly is almost over. We are almost done with June, moving into July, which is insane to me. I don't know how we're in July of 2021. It's nuts. I feel like last year was a complete wash. But looking at the weekly over here, weekly is still holding the support, right? Last week we saw this high created at 1910, and we just continued bearish from there. Obviously because of some of the interest rate increase talks. So now we are holding the support over here. Are we going to form a resistance over here and continue bearish, right? Looks like this weekly candle so far is bearish, but I think it's pretty much irrelevant based on the fact that we are consolidating on the lower time frame. So we need price to break 1795 and we need price to break 1760 to then continue down. Or, we start to form a bullish trend and we continue right back up to retest these highs. And in that case, we probably were just retesting this bullish trend line over here. Right now we're continuing up from here. So let's see what we get over here. Not much of a breakdown on gold because we're just kind of in this consolidation. Again, safe move up here. And the more simple I make it, the more easier it is for you guys not to trade it. It's like, do not trade in here, right? Some ranges are like, all right, maybe it's, I can play in this range. I can catch a buy at support when we get enough range to continue up. I've seen this setup before. I could catch the impulsive moves where we hit resistance and we can, slowly continue down to support. And then we know we have that impulsive move up because we previously had that in that consolidation. And again, the range is big enough for you to play in. But this is not worth it. This, you just want to wait for price to come out. And obviously gold and the market is waiting for NFP this week and then ADP as well. A lot is riding on that. So we're just kind of consolidating in here. The markets are very confused. I know we finished stronger last week, but right now the dollar is stronger, but not that strong enough to push gold all the way down, right? We need more market sentiment saying that we are going to be increasing interest rates here in the U.S. Powell was kind of playing with people last week after announcing that last Wednesday or the previous Wednesday with the FOMC talk. So he kind of tapered away from or backed down from what he was saying on there, saying that the economy really needs more work for anything like that to happen. So, the market is kind of getting mixed signals right now from the Fed, and that's going to affect the global economy as well because everyone wants to know what we're doing. So again, we're just ranging in here. It's just not worth trading in here. Just wait for price to break 1795 and wait for price to break 1760. Now, what I was saying last week was that you have a clean move to the left. This is the major consolidation. If you want to take a high risk sell, if we do break this support, you do have this move right here. But that's going to be a higher risk trade. And you guys are both adults, so do what you want. But I highly recommend the safer entry is going to be once we break 1760. But again, you can play with this because you do have the clean move to the left. You just want to make sure that you're getting the fundamentals behind that, saying that the dollar is going to continue to strengthen and we are breaking the support to continue down. All right. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so very simple. Kind of stay away from gold over here. We're just waiting for some kind of a bullish structure to form or support to break over here on at 153, 650. So Carlos, how you doing, buddy? I know you got the allergies, but how you doing like with the markets? How you feeling? Are you confident?
Well, like honestly, over the weekend, I didn't do too much just because like I was in a slump, and but I'm glad I woke up today. It's Monday.
Mhm.
I'm glad I was able to wake up and just get out of bed with a stronger mentality.
Okay, good shit. All right, so let's talk about that. Obviously, it helps everyone kind of just talking through it and figuring out like why the slump is there. Like what would you say is the main cause of it? Would you say?
Oh well, just it's just for this weekend. I'm just feeling under the weather. But like overall, sometimes like let's say last week I wasn't really too presentable because I don't know, I was just in my head a lot. I try not to do that. Like just just try to be kind to myself
Okay.
in order just for I could just be more presentable and just show up and be here with you guys.
Okay.
Um yeah, honestly, like I know what I have to do. I just have to get up. Yeah,
Sure.
like just get up and make sure I stay up. Because honestly, last week like I got up, but I didn't stay up.
Okay. All right. And listen, it's good to be in that area because everyone that's trying to accomplish something ends up in that point where you lose momentum, right? You lose, your feelings are kind of winning over your mind, where you know what you have to do. You're consciously incompetent, right? So you have multiple steps. I was actually breaking this down. I'll read this for you to James. Because James is in that second level, and I'll explain what I'm talking about in a second. So most people, let's see what we got here. Actually, I could actually bring up the chart. Unconsciously, Giovanni,
Good morning, guys.
how are you, my man?
Good, man.
All right, so here we are, right over here. You guys see this chart, Carlos? You see this chart? Maybe Carlos walked away.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Oh, there we go. All right. So this is your thought process, and this is going to help you a lot with trading, understanding this, and honestly, like looking at this or always keeping this in your mind, right? So I was explaining this to James, and a lot of people, whether it's in school, whether it's in sports, whether it's in trading, business, doesn't matter. A lot of people start here unconsciously incompetent. You don't know what you don't know yet. So you don't know how to trade. You don't know what you have to do when it comes to taking a trade or reading fundamentals and understanding the way the market moves. You have no idea about anything. So that's called unconscious incompetence, right? The next level is conscious incompetence. So again, unconscious incompetence means you have no idea how to manage risk. You have no idea how that works. You have no idea the psychology behind trading or anything like that. The next level where most people get stuck is conscious incompetence, where they know what they have to do, but they don't do it, right? And that's where a lot of people stay, where they know they have to manage risk. They know they need to take smart trades. They know they need to wake up in the morning and get shit done and work out and get everything in order so that they have a productive day. They know they have to do that. Their feelings just win over their mind, and in that case, they end up choosing the wrong thing. When you choose your feelings over your mind and what you have to do, most people do that, and most people don't succeed. So that's basically where that ends up. Think about any bad decision you've ever made. It's all been emotional. It's all been choosing your feelings and what you want to do over what you have to do. Right. So most traders stay in this. I know I need to manage risk. I know I need to cut this loss short, but I just don't want to do it because I'm just going to hope and pray for this trade. Right. So does that make sense? A lot of people stay there.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely yeah, definitely hit it. Yeah, hit the spot for sure.
Yeah, man. So, that's where you are right now with your momentum. Like you lost momentum because you know what you have to do. You're just not doing it. And you just feel unmotivated or in a slump right now. And that's totally fine because you know where you are. You're conscious. You're conscious about that. So all you have to do is just change that. Is that easy? No. But once you get the momentum going, when it comes to working out, when it comes to getting some work done and back testing, you get some momentum going and that motivation going for yourself, that drive, that turns into conscious competence when you know what you have to do and now you're actually doing it. Right, that's that next level. That's the sweet spot right there, where and that's where people start to turn profitable. That's where people are taking winning trades, smart trades, and doing everything right when it comes to their life. They're working out, all that stuff. That's your momentum phase right here. Unconscious competence is when you're in the market and you don't even have to think. You know exactly what to do. That's Michael Jordan hitting any spot on the floor. You know how like basketball players have hot spots on the floor where they're just automatic? Michael Jordan had multiple spots like that. Some players have like 3 or 4 spots on the court that they'll just drain a three or drain any kind of shot automatically, like 80% of the time. And you don't even have to think about that. Your shot is like in order. Your feet are set, but you're not even thinking about it. You're just automatic with it. That's where like salespeople, when you're on a sales call and people are giving you objections and you know exactly what to say after that objection. That's unconscious incompetence. You're not even thinking about it, but you're competent. So does that make sense? Like all 4 of these levels, hierarchy of competence. So like either copy and paste this or print this out and keep this on your wall. Just whenever you're getting that momentum feeling where you're starting to lose that momentum, always look at that and be like, all right, I want to get to that green level, that conscious competence area. And then eventually unconscious incompetence where you're looking at a trade, you're like, that's automatic. I know and honestly, that's a dangerous spot to be in if you don't have the right psychology where you think that trade has to play out. So you want to be careful with that. You think that trade's going to be automatic. But other than that, that's a great spot to be in because you're just on fire. You're just you're doing things without even thinking. You're taking trades without even really thinking about it, without even hesitating. That's a great spot to be in. But like I said, I think that green spot for us as traders is probably the best, the healthiest. Conscious competence, where you know what you have to do and you're doing it on a regular basis automatically. Giovanni, what are you looking at in the markets? I'm saying.
Looking at gold.
Yeah, it's we're ranging on gold. Waiting for price to break out of 1795 and then maybe 1773. If we do break this support, like I said, you have a riskier trade where you could take if we break that support. You got a clean move to the left, but safer sells on gold are going to be 1760.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Just ranging right now. It's just not even worth. I was saying before, like some ranges are worth playing. You do have a big range. You have those impulsive moves. Price does the same exact thing every time it hits a price point. Like this support right here is 1773, where you know that we were in a bearish trend. We start to hold that support over there. We got a big enough range, and maybe you could take that buy. But the more it starts to consolidate over here, unlike over here, like say this didn't even happen. Say like this stuff didn't happen yet. Sometimes it's worth trading in here because maybe we could break out of here. But the farther it gets into that consolidation, the more you just don't even want to touch it.
It's super rangy right now.
Yeah, it's just not even worth it. Everything's waiting for NFP this week. And then maybe ADP on Wednesday. But I definitely think we're going to continue to consolidate. Let's see if GJ is holding. Yep. We are holding the support over here. Right? We are holding bullish structure. We just rejected with this 30-minute candle. This candle ended up tapping the support right here at 153.900, holding the support and then flipping bullish. It's a very weak candle. We're not going to trade in this, but we are waiting for price to hold this support bullish trend as well to continue up and break 154.200. That might be our trade today. How's your weekend, Giovanni?
My weekend was good, man. It was chilling.
Awesome. So talk to me about the office. How's it going?
Good, man. I go in every day at 9 o'clock.
You guys are moving?
Yeah, now we're moving. It's
Good
been
shit.
kind of slow. Last week was kind of slow because a lot of people going on vacation and stuff.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Now, how do you guys get your clients? Just like word of mouth? Is it
Word of mouth, Instagram, Facebook,
okay?
Google, walk-ins. A lot of walk-ins sometimes.
So, and you guys have two, right?
We have one only.
Oh, you just have one office
Yeah, for now.
for now. Yes, sir. Good shit. So, how's the trading going?
Trading's good, man. Last week I was 3-1.
That's oh, that's right. Yep.
Boom.
Good shit, man.
Hopefully I get better now this week, man.
You will. Smart trades. 10 pips.
10 pips and get out.
Yeah. No trading in tight ranges. Just smart trades. David.
Good, bro.
My man.
Morning.
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Yeah.
You have a good weekend?
Yeah. Working.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
I'm
you
gonna be
go.
here for a little bit because I'm going to Six Flags.
You going to what?
Just to Six Flags in a little bit.
Oh, Six Flags?
Yeah.
Get on those roller coasters?
Yeah.
Good shit, man. Who you going with?
Oh, with some friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, huh?
Yep. I mean, I haven't get out in 6 months, so
You what?
I said I haven't hang out with them.
Oh
like 6
yeah.
months.
Oh, that's right. We've talked about this. Yeah, when it comes to sacrificing a little bit, right?
Yeah. And
Yes,
they
sir.
convinced me, and I said I work at the beach, and they work too at the beach. I see them out every day.
There you go. Good stuff. Well, enjoy, man. James, what's up, brother? James, you with us?
Hello, sorry.
There he is.
Sorry.
What's up, my man?
Thank you.
How was the
Sorry.
morning?
It wasn't too bad.
Took a nice trade on EU, right?
Yeah, I took that when I woke up. I had sleep taking it, but yeah, it's probably not the best thing to do.
Yeah, but I mean, you were able to hold, huh? Were you break even at the time
Yeah, I put it to break even before 8 o'clock.
before you fell asleep?
No, this is when I woke up. I still have to sleep. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Oh, you were half asleep when you took it. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense. So, this is beautiful. What'd you enter on once we
I have a
broke the
better
high?
chart. If you go into the chat, there's I sent the trading view chart. If you go down below underneath that picture,
Oh, in here.
yeah, because the MT4 just looks awful.
Oh yeah. So you took it on this bottom wick?
Yeah, I saw the bottom wick form, and I saw how it made a triple bottom, and it was rejecting the area.
Yep.
Just the only thing that I was worried about was the wicks to the left, which rejected before. So I only put like a small percentage on it,
Cool.
because I actually thought I was going to hit my stop loss because of all those wicks. It just looked nice when I saw the wick form first.
Guys, pay attention to like where he put the P&L tool. Like he put it where he exactly entered. You know, like a lot of people send charts and stuff and they put the P&L tool like anywhere on the chart. and you just can't tell where you enter. So like he put it right where he entered, and that's perfect. So make sure you guys are doing that. It just helps yourselves when it comes to looking at your previous trades in your journal. Super important. So James and I yesterday were talking about the growth challenge. Now, the reason we haven't really been doing it is because, a lot of people seemed like they were about it when the idea first came about. And when it came time to send results or anything like that, a lot of people didn't send them. A lot of people were very reluctant to send them. Maybe they didn't have a good week or a good month, and they were just kind of shy with it. I don't know what the cause of that is, but I want to figure out who actually truly wants to be in that challenge, and I can rely on them sending the results at the end of the month, and who maybe just doesn't want to do it, or maybe wants to change the rules a little bit. Where does everyone stand with it? We could start with Giovanni.
Well, right now I can't do that because I'm in the whole process of, entering the residency program.
Yeah, no, 100%. You're busy. And then plus, like you're really honing in on your strategy right now too, right? So, and that's the main thing that you want to focus on, where you're kind of getting away with the experimental stuff, and now you're starting to really figure out what works for you, what you're comfortable with, what's successful for you, and that's an exciting time. So, you don't really want to hinder that. And actually, I want to talk to James about some later if you want to hop on a Zoom real quick. But Gary, where do you feel about it? Or how do you feel about it?
I'm okay with it. It's just when I do a bit of overtrading, it just ruins everything for me, really.
Okay. So would you, honest answer, it really doesn't matter what it is. Would you rather do a growth challenge or stay out of it? Do you think it's healthier for your trading to be in the growth challenge? Like, you feel like it'll help you or hinder some of your progress?
I think I could do it. It's just obviously whilst I'm trading, obviously not trying to focus on it,
True.
Like trying to think, oh, I need to get, trying to be top of the table and everything like that, and then I'm just over trading or I'm taking trades that aren't actually there.
Just to make a certain percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of me feels like a lot of the group just isn't ready yet, and that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? Where everyone's really trying to hone in on their strategy, and a lot of you guys are really turning the corner and really starting to get comfortable with what you're doing, and you're all putting the work in, and you're getting better and better on a daily basis. But at the same time, like a growth challenge to me is like where everyone's profitable, and now we're just playing around. Now we're just like automatic with our trades. Everyone's profitable and everyone's confident in their strategy. And it's just like, now it's like a healthy competition. Like, all right, let's see where we got, Carlos, how do you feel about it? I know you weren't in the group at the time when we were doing the growth challenge, but we were doing a monthly growth challenge percentage wise with our accounts. Just trying to challenge each other and see who wins for the week or for the month. We started with a weekly one, but now we're just doing a monthly one. But we're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, who wants to actually do it. Because, we had a lot of guys said that they wanted to do it. They were all about it when we brought the idea up. He set everything up. And then at the end of the month, they never sent their percentage growth and proof and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I think that sounds like a great idea. I would just like I would like to join whenever I'm feeling more confidence and consistent for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you just got in. We still got to do our Zoom after you just finished the course. So we got a lot of work to do as far as getting you on the right path and putting you we got to be as far as putting the work in and also honing in on your own strategy and what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. But whenever I get more consistent, I'll be willing to participate.
Oh yeah. Okay. David, how about yourself?
Yo, yo,
Yo,
yeah, yeah. What's up, bro?
what's up, man? How do you feel about the growth challenge? Is that something that you want to do, or you're really starting to catch your stride right now? Is that something that you would want to implement, or you want to hold off on it for now?
No, I will just because I'm about to open my first $1,000 account.
Let's go. So
So
that's a whole other level within itself.
yeah, because remember, like, what was it, like 2 months ago? I talked about that. If I start with 1,000,
Yes, sir.
and I
And
feel like I think I gotta start pushing myself a little to
that
1,000.
that's why I mentioned a bunch of you guys in the announcement section this weekend. Like, David, you're fucking killing it. Like, you said you were gonna do something. We talked about your why, which is a strong ass why, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that, and that was a month or two ago. And now you're just putting the work in, and now you're actually getting there. You're actually enjoying the fruits of your labor a little bit, and feeling more and more confident with the way you trade. And it's awesome to see from a distance and from what we've been working on. So I love seeing it. So just keep it up. But that, when it comes to increasing risk and depositing money into your account, that's a whole nother level right there. So you just want to focus on that. I get that. And then James, I'm guessing you want to do the Grow Challenge, right?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering about it because just see the consistency,
Yeah.
If we could all as a group just get like 1 or 2% a month, or just see, any bit of profit at all, just that's the thing I was thinking about, like accountability in a sense,
Exactly. So like whoever wants to send it in.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at it, just accountability, because then, you have a goal to get that 1 or 2% a month or whatever, to aim to be profitable. I think that's the way I'm trying to look at it.
No, 100%. I think for now, what you want to do is like do that individually, like do that for yourself, right? Have that goal and push for that goal, and then you can post it into either the accountability challenge or something like that. But I think what would be best for us for a group challenge or for a growth challenge is setting a month where we're all like, all right, because like I said before, I think it's going to be fun when everyone is definitely profitable. Everyone is growing their accounts and compounding their accounts. That's where it gets fun. That's where it's like, all right, I could definitely do a growth challenge. That's not something that's going to hinder my growth as a trader. And I'm fully ready to do something like that. So if we set a goal like that for maybe September to start this thing again, I think that'd be a good idea. You know what I'm saying, James?
Yeah, like what are we now? July? June?
I mean, it is July.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
So,
September, like 8 weeks away.
July, August, September. Let's shoot for October for like a good thing. Like before, what's up, brother?
How's it going, Steph?
Good, man. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. How was yours?
Great, man. So we're talking about the growth challenge, and obviously we had a bunch of guys that were in for it when we brought the idea up. But then when it came time to send results, a lot of people were very reluctant, and I can understand that. It's some people, a lot of people love the idea of a growth challenge. They love the idea of a competition, but at the same time, are they really ready for it? And is it going to hinder their trading? And if you don't want to do it, I totally understand that. But I'm just trying to get everyone's feel on an actual growth challenge and how you feel about it. And if you are comfortable doing it now, or do you think it would be a better idea for when everyone is more profitable and confident in their trading and their own strategy, and where we wait until maybe, like I said, September, October, where people are in that area, and a lot of you guys are really turning the corner right now anyway. If we all wait for that, where it's going to be really fun, where everyone is profitable, and now we could actually start competing instead of being in that phase of a lot of guys are unconsciously competent. Yeah, a lot of people are consciously incompetent, right? Where they know what they have to do, they're just not doing it. So I think that might be the best course of action. We just wait a couple months and see where we're at from there. But again, a couple of you guys hopped in. I broke down the charts, all the fundamentals, did a full breakdown before. But right now on GJ, looks like we're holding support over here. I'll just do a quick technical breakdown. We are holding support over here. Looking at the weekly right now, the weekly candles, as you can see, we're holding support over here. Strong bearish candle, right, with a bottom wick. No bottom wick over here, barely a bottom wick. This candle came down, rejected 152, which, as you guys know, a very significant level the past couple of months, right? So holding this level right over here, we continued this bearish movement with this wick right here. Oh, got Geo coming in. Continued the bearish movement with this wick over here, and now we ended up flipping bullish, creating this top wick and then retracing over here. Then over here, we have a current bullish candle. We actually created this top wick and then retraced a little bit. But are we going to form a resistance right over here where we continue right back down to retest these lows? Or are we going to fill this wick and continue right back up? Because we are bullish, and it seems like Great Britain, like I went over before during the fundamental breakdown, GJ before, and Great Britain is one of those countries like the US, like Canada, like New Zealand. These are some of the countries that want to start tapering. They want to start increasing interest rates and starting to get away from the QE that they're providing for the country right now. Unlike Japan, Japan's a country that's been very slow with the COVID response, been very slow with lockdowns, and they've been very slow with quantitative easing. So this is a country where you're going to have a very weak currency, and it's going to continue to be weak. Great Britain, they're trying to get out of that. We're in a similar corrective phase that we were a couple months ago, not even, back in March and April. We were in this kind of corrective phase, and then we just continue bullish. Now here,
that looked like a break-in retest to you on the weekly.
Right here?
Yeah, like now it's gonna come back up to like retest that high.
1,000%. Yep. So that's what we're looking at over here, where we can either get that, or we could continue this bearish, continue reacting to this bearish movement and continuing right back down, or consolidating in here and then continue up. But right now, like you said, yeah, it's a perfect break and retest, perfect corrective phase like this. We created a high up here, 153,400. Remember when price was up here and at 152 and what we were talking about up here? Now we created the support down here. And then, as always with GJ on the lower time frames, especially the daily, the 4 hour, we retest those highs. So now we create a new high, 156, come down, create a support, right? Grab liquidity before heading right back up. This is a beautiful movement over here with this bullish weekly candle with a wick to fill. It looks like we're going to come up and fill that wick. Very well could, but we got a couple levels on the lower time frames to break. So right over here, we had those interest rates talks coming out of the U.S. over here, and then we corrected that phase. Also, they extended the lockdown in Great Britain to July 19th. So we ended up coming up to retest that area, right? And then we ended up flipping bearish and exiting that area. But we are holding support here at this previous consolidation, this previous order block before we raised with interest rate talks, right? Before we raised with that, we were just consolidating for about 2 weeks over here. Over here, we're now holding the support, right? But in order to take a trade, we're in this range, so we are consolidating on these lower time frames. Right, it's a little messy over here, but we did have this bullish movement last week. We started to range a little bit in this order block over here to the left, and then we ended up entering this bearish phase. Looking at the 1 hour, it's easiest to see where we're holding this bearish movement, basically not taking any buys below this line over here. Makes it very simple to see. And now we held support, like I said, at that previous support over here. previous support over here. We're now holding that support, and we ended up breaking the bearish trend with this candle over here. So now we're kind of consolidating in here. Very simple, guys. All you're looking for is a break of resistance over here to continue right back up. You may have a nice move over here to the left. We just need price to break 154.200. And then if price, I don't want to trade in this at all. I want to wait for price to break 153. Let's call it 600 over here. Get a nice clean move to the left, right? So you're not trading in this consolidation. If price breaks and the 4-hour flips, and if that happens, or if price ends up closing above this area, that probably means the 4-hour over here is going to flip bullish and continue right back up. But again, you're not trading in this. You're just waiting for price to break support over here to take this move down. And this is going to be even safer sells once we break 153.200. But you could definitely take something right in here. I had these ranges marked off. Got about 45 pips right here. And then you got about 35, I believe. But yeah, about 30, 35 pips right in here. Once price breaks resistance to continue right back up. And that could very well turn into an intraday trade where we continue right back up to retest these highs. So you secure in here, grab your pips, stop loss at break even. We could very well continue bullish. But let's see if this is going to be our bullish trend over here that we respect. Like, are we going to hold support over here before we rejected this area on the 30-minute and flip bullish, rejecting this again? So are we grabbing liquidity right here and continuing right back up? Maybe we'll get something like this. Oh. That'll be our move. This move right here. So super simple. Gold, we already went over that. Not even worth trading. Again, you're gonna have riskier sells if we break that support. But again, we're in a higher time frame consolidation over here. This is a very strong support. 1773 on gold on the 4-hour on the higher time frames. But once we break below that, you do have this move right here that you can mirror. I would honestly wait for price to break out of here, but you may be able to grab a quick sell, and then price then continues through 1760 to continue down with this clean move to the left. But that'll be your safer move. Gio, what's up, buddy? If you could
What's up, boys?
How
How's
are
it
you, man?
Doing great, doing great.
Love to hear it. You have a good weekend?
How's your weekend? Yep.
It was great, man. It was great. Spent some time with family. My cousin came up from North Carolina, so we were hanging out. Then we had a little mishap yesterday with my grandpa, so apologize we couldn't do the Sunday breakdown, but we just did it all this morning. It's all recorded, so you guys could go back and look at that. But how you feeling moving into the week, Gio?
Looking pretty good.
Awesome. We were also talking about bringing the I was getting basically a poll from everyone to figure out where they felt bringing the growth challenge back. But I feel as if a lot of people were about it in the beginning, and then when it came to sending results, people were a little bit more reluctant to send it, which is understandable. I get it. I feel like we're not ready for something like that yet. Like, there's going to be a point, and a lot of people are turning the corner right now in their trading. Maybe they're not ready for that growth challenge yet, but in a couple of months, maybe like September, October, people will be ready to take that step. But right now, it's kind of hindering people, or they're just not ready for something like that. Where, in a few months, it'll be fun, where everyone's profitable, everyone's turning profits, and maybe either withdrawing or doing whatever they're doing, but they're ready for something like that for a nice competition. I think maybe it was a little bit premature when I brought it in. How do you feel about it?
we were doing what was it? Percentage, right?
What was that percentage?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, percentage growth for the month. We started with a week, and then we tried with a month instead. I think that's more realistic.
So what do you think is like the reason why, like
I just
the
think,
reason they're not?
yeah, I
go ahead.
think I don't think everyone's ready for something like that yet. You know, it's there's so many different levels to trading. Some when it comes to money and the way their account is set up, whether it's a live account, demo account, funded account. There's many levels that in that way. There's also levels when it comes to developing a strategy and the steps it takes to develop that strategy and the things that you go through that you have to go through to advance with that strategy. So I just feel like with those steps, having a growth challenge, you should definitely do one on your own, right? Where it's like, all right, one of my goals for the month is to reach, let's say 10%, maybe 20%, but let's say 10% for now. If you do that individually, that's healthy, and you don't feel that pressure that you need to either beat somebody or reach a certain percentage to win something or anything like that. That puts added pressure on you to produce, which pressure is good in many areas. But when it comes to trading, it's best to not have that pressure on you when you're not profitable yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking in a couple of months, like I said, I think it'll be fun when everyone it seems like they're profitable and they're really turning that corner with their strategy and they're ready for something like that. But for right now, everyone's really catching their stride right now. So I don't want to hinder that. But I do want to bring something like that back because I think it's great. I think it's healthy when everyone is profitable because that's what makes it fun.
Right.
So I guess we'll hold off for now, but I highly recommend you guys have those goals for the month of, let's say, reaching 10% and putting that small, minor pressure on yourself because you got to teach yourself that the number one job you have is capital preservation. The second job you have is capital growth. Preservation first, growth second. Most retail traders think growth first. You know what? I put this video up in here. I don't know if you guys saw it yet. It's about 10 minutes, but it's great. I'll just put it on in the background real quick.
What's the approach of a professional trader?
So this is Anton Creel. I think you say it. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But Anton Creel was a trader on Wall Street. He ended up becoming like a big mentor right now. But he's got a lot of great intellect and knowledge about the markets and knowledge about psychology in the markets. But he's talking about get rich slowly or go broke fast. And what he's talking about, how most institutional traders think and how most retail traders think. It's a great little breakdown of this. So I'll just put this on. It's only 10 minutes since we do have such ranging markets. Great thing to listen to.
Systematic, mostly long-short portfolio management across multiple asset classes. No narrow definition. Every trader wishes they could have an infinite discretionary mandate to be able to trade anything at any time in any way they wanted, so they could just follow where the money is. So this idea, the popularized perception of a trader, as in you see lots of guys screaming on the floor like in the movies, it doesn't exist anymore. It's complete nonsense. But there are people in the world that wish it was the case, but it's all pretend. It's a narrative that people use to get you to do things that you don't want to do. The pro trader approach is 80% fundamental, 20% technical. In the vast majority of cases, investment banks at prop desks and hedge funds. Retail traders, what's the approach? What do retail traders tend to do when they approach the market? Short time frames. Everything's over 1 day, 4 hours, 2 hours, 5-minute candles, 1-minute candles. Always looking for quick returns that potentially don't exist because they're not actually monitoring volatility correctly. What's the outlook of risk for a professional trader? This is where they differ as well. Investment bank prop desks and hedge funds will have multiple positions, long and short, and they will build portfolios. Usually position sizes are 5 to 10% of portfolios. So you're looking at 10 to 20 positions in a portfolio. And they'll trade correlation within the portfolio, and not one position will be allowed to blow them up. That's why they have position limits like this. What's the retail trader approach? What happens when you open a typical retail trader account? Well, actually, a very, very high percentage of retail traders don't have any positions. There's a massive problem in the brokerage industry, and we get asked to try and solve it all the time, which is dormant accounts. Guys who go to seminars with brokers and educators, they get convinced to open a trading account. They deposit a couple of $1,000 or $10,000 or 25 grand. They go home and they realize they don't have the confidence to pull the trigger. Why? Because they realize that what they just learned is a load of nonsense. And then they leave their money there. It earns no interest, and every month they pay inactivity fees to the broker. What does the broker want them to do? The broker wants them to trade, of course. What about the rest of the guys? If you open up their account, typically 2 or 3 positions. Their favorite Forex pair, long or short, because it's in the news every minute of every day. Short the S&P 500, because they're reading doomsday research online and watching too many YouTube videos. And usually their favorite cheap stock, which they bought 2 years ago, it's now down 50%, and they're moving it over to their pension because they can't bring themselves to sell it. That's a typical retail trader account. Think of all those mistakes. They're really, really common. Professional traders don't do that. It's all about portfolio management and getting consistency in return, which is the next point. With pro traders, consistency means risk-adjusted returns. Risk-adjusted returns. What does that mean? Let's think about this with 2 traders as an example. Trader 1, and let's say you're pitched to invest money in either of these traders. Trader 1 takes 50% risk per annum, annualized volatility in their portfolio. You can measure the volatility of the portfolio, very easy. 50% risk a year and gets 25% return. And trader 2 takes 10% risk per year and makes 16% return. Who's the better trader? Of course, trader 1, you can't invest in. So whatever you put with trader 1, he could blow up literally in 6 months, and your investment is 0. With the other guy, he could lose 10% in a year, but he's knocking in 16%. His return is higher than the volatility of his portfolio. He's an efficient, optimized trader. And a lot of these hedge funds are literally employed to do that. So they will have a volatility cap on their portfolio that they can't go over. They're not mandated to take the market risk. They're mandated, for example, to take 10% risk. That's why their investors are investing. So if they don't beat the S&P, they don't care. Because they're signing up to take 10% risk, no more. What do retail traders do? Everything short-term binary. So they'll have no positions or 1 or 2 positions. They'll sit around for 3 weeks waiting for the non-farm payroll number. And then they'll take a bet 3 minutes into it or 2 seconds after it. And the vast majority of time they're cutting afterwards. And that's probably one of the stupidest trades you'll ever do. because all the professional traders have got a very, very good idea what the number's going to be. And when a retail trader reacts to it, the professional traders have already predicted it. And retail traders are providing the liquidity to the professional side to get out of the trade. So professional traders have predicted that number for a month before. And even if it's higher or lower than consensus, which is economists, the professional traders have predicted that it's going to be higher or lower than consensus. It's called the whisper number. And the market moves on it only because of retail traders. Professional traders don't trade on it and initiate positions. They use the liquidity to get out. So it's all short-term binary for retail traders. And the short-term binary approach provides liquidity for the smart guys who are predicting the future. It's providing liquidity for them to get out. What's the outcome of a professional trader? What do they want to achieve? Well, the first thing is capital preservation and then growth. The retail trader wants to achieve big money very quickly and not necessarily consistently. And the outcome is they just blow up. Capital destruction. So the key difference is here, the professional traders have realistic expectations and targets, and their target is to get rich slowly. And they want to trade forever, or at least until retirement, or until they die. Retail traders, very unrealistically high targets, and they never meet their targets. So they stay poor or get poor quicker. Expectations are never ever met. Targets are never met, and they just blow up. That's the typical scenario. Now, I want you to think about this in terms of a retail broker. A professional trader's broker is the investment bank. That's an institutional broker. Let's think about a retail broker who's got 10,000 retail clients and 90% of them lose money. How does the business grow? Let's think about the reality of this business. If you own the brokerage company, how do you grow it if 90% of your clients lose money? You have to spend a significant amount of the money that you make from the guys blowing up, and it's usually between 30 and 50%, on marketing to get new guys to open accounts to replace the accounts that are blowing up and closing down. That's the only way you can actually stay at the same level. If you want to grow, you need to open more accounts than the ones that are being closed down. So imagine you have 9,000 out of 10,000 clients down at any one time. What would you do if you had access to 9,000 traders who always lose money? Come on, someone think outside the box here. There we go. You take the other side of their trades, wouldn't you? Why? Because then you'd have a 90% win ratio. You'd be the best trader in the world.
So obviously a lot of that had to do with like strategy, right? Like he trades equities. He, for the most part, they all trade securities, which are stocks. Those of you that don't know, but that's basically what he's looking at. And when it comes to strategy, a lot of traders trade differently. So he's talking about different things as far as his strategy and the way most people trade securities when it comes to hedging. So don't pay too much attention to that, but pay more attention to the psychology stuff. So like in the beginning, he talks more about how important fundamentals are. He talks about how institutions, 80% of what they look at is fundamentals and 20% is technicals. So that's why I stress, like, obviously my main analysis that I do, obviously I use both, but my main is technical analysis, but I push upon you guys to learn fundamentals as much as possible as well. And we go over fundamentals on a daily basis as well too. So, and we look at that. The other thing he talks about is trading the news and how most traders see that economic data coming out and all of a sudden they just jump into a trade, right? Within the split second of that coming out, they just jump into that trade. That's another thing that we talk about too. We're not trading news. trade the reaction to the news. Sometimes if you see something or let's say you have studied NFP on a regular basis and back tested NFP and you know that's coming out at the end of the week. Obviously, we got NFP week. You can maybe open a side account and trade that news. But when it comes to trading the news, you typically don't want to do it. To be honest with you, I did it last week. Geo, we were trading. I forget what data came out, but I just took a 1% trade, thinking that I saw something happening, and it didn't happen. So, and that was a perfect example of what not to do. But I only risked 1%, and it was fine. So I ended up making it back. The last thing he talks about, like I said before, is capital preservation over growth. You want to preserve your capital as much as possible. And it's easy to manage. It's easier. I'll say it's easier to manage risk when you're winning trades. When you're taking smart trades on type of smart trades and securing, and you're profitable, and you're doing, you're only taking smart trades and not taking anything stupid. It's much easier to manage risk on the losing trades because you know what a winning trade looks like. You know the trades that you need to be in, and it gets much easier to when you are taking your setup, you are taking a trade that you normally take, let's say a break and retest. If it starts to go the opposite way, it's easier to just cut that out and be like, all right, forget it. I'm out of this trade and I'm moving on to the next setup to see if I get my setup down the road. All right. So I just thought that was an interesting video. I like the way he comes across, the message that he provides to people. So I just thought it'd be a good video for you guys to watch. But again, it looks like we're not getting much over here on GJ or gold. Completely fine. It's Monday. Now, while we were watching that video, I took a look at some of these cowboy trades over here. Giovanni, we were just talking about
gold. Yeah, but I only took it because I saw that it created a top wick first.
No, it does make sense. Like, don't get me wrong. Like right here, actually, I can't zoom in anymore, but it makes sense. But the risk to reward, like that's what's gonna bite you in the ass down the road, right? And it's very hard to have a profitable strategy having risk to rewards like that.
Now that I look at it, I would have. Luckily, it was a successful trade, but look at the candle that just came out now. You could have used this candle. Usually, it has the top of the candle acts like a resistance.
Right here?
On the 15, yeah, and it just fills that wick, you see?
Yep. So, if you are going to take this, where was a better place for you to put your stop loss? If you think that this is going to play out, once that candle flips bearish?
Yeah, I would have entered on this candle there. This was going to be a better trade. I would have put a stop loss on top of the green candle.
You can annotate.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to the actual chart.
Sure. Was that the 15 that you took it on, or the 30?
15 minute.
Okay.
And it was 7:30 volume. Usually 7:30 now has been pretty good for me.
750. Yep.
So right here, this would have been a nice little trade. Right there, stop loss. Never passed it. Created his top wick first.
Yep. And then passed the low.
Passed the low, man. And usually this candle right here gets filled up. This is a doji candle.
Now, forget the fact that it is in that range, right? This is a good trade, thinking that we're going to fill these wicks. We have this rejection area right down into this area, which is great. You have this whole area that you're actually now. More importantly, this whole area. Also, you have this wick right over here as well, this area that we could come into. Now, the only issue I have with yours.
I have my TP there. I have my TP to that zone.
Right here or
the
here?
Blue zone, yeah.
Like I said, forget the fact that it was a range and everything. I like the setup, but you could have just had a tighter stop loss. You could have made more on it.
Yeah, I was very impatient.
Yeah, if you think that's going to play out, you can put your stop loss maybe right up here, a couple of pips above the high. right? So that way you have time to manage risk, so that if price breaks the high of that candle, you can cut your stop loss. If you put it up here, it's like if we get back into this range right over here, the trade is pretty much invalid, right?
Yeah. So what I did
Because we
the
held
whole
this
time,
support.
I noticed that it created the top wick, so I was in profits 5 pips. I already moved my stop loss to break even.
Cool.
So even if it hits my where I took my order, I wasn't going to lose any money, only the commissions.
Yeah.
So that's
perfect
what I've
thing
been
for you
doing,
to
and it
trade.
worked out, man.
Yeah, 100%. The perfect thing for you to journal is that it's just like I could have my stop loss here or up here.
And I'm very bearish on gold.
Gold, yeah, because you see the dollar being strong, huh?
Yeah, and I see it retesting that weekly trend line that I have drawn.
Right over here.
To continue going up. Yeah.
That's what we were pointing out before.
So I'm very bearish on it now. So I was trading with the trend.
Yeah, no, 100%. So you have this strong bearish move over here. Now we're holding this support. This candle looks like we formed a top wick and that we're starting to come down. But the only thing is we are consolidating over here. So it's kind of irrelevant what these candles are doing on the higher time frames until we break support over here. But like I said, if we do break 1773, you have riskier sells in this area that you could possibly capitalize on, right? This is our 4-hour support. If you want to look at the 4-hour, it's a strong 4-hour support. So if we break that, you do have a clean candle to the left that you can mirror to take this right back down to 1760. So I do like that, but safer sells are going to be below 1760. And then like Giovanni said, we could very well come down to this area right over here. Let's say.
You see, man, even in consolidation, you still receive 10 pips on gold.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's just tricky, man. It could reverse at any point. This is all 50-50, and
but I feel like when you use that knowledge that you taught me, that just wait until it creates top wick, and then once you start seeing that it breaks the low of the candle, you have a 70% to 80% chance that trade is gonna happen.
How many of those did we catch last week?
Man, we took all those trades. It was winning.
At least 4. We got at least 4 of those trades where we created that top wick, we entered as we broke. You want to wait with the second half of the candle being the move instead of the first half. It's a strong thing to keep in mind. I was going over with Carlos before some psychology stuff, and I think this is going to help you guys a lot. I'll break this down real quick, but it's a further breakdown of this is going to be on in the recording, so you could go back and rewatch it. I'll put it on YouTube as always. So over here, a lot of people start unconscious incompetence, and a lot of you guys may know about this when it comes to business, when it comes to sports. You may know about this little triangle diagram, whatever you want to call it. So unconscious incompetence, let's talk about as a trader. Unconscious incompetence, you have no idea what trading is. You have no idea what Forex is. You don't know what a pip is, what a lot is, what MetaTrader is, all that stuff. You don't know what you don't know, right? Then you move into conscious incompetence, where a lot of people get stuck. And again, this is a quick breakdown of this, but conscious incompetence is where a lot of you reside and get stuck, where you know what you need to do, you're just not doing it. You're conscious about it, but you're incompetent when it comes to executing on it. This is where most people are choosing their feelings over their mind and what they have to do, right? So that's where a lot of people get stuck, and where you want to get to is really this sweet spot right here. This is amazing to be in, but as a trader, I went over this before. I don't know if it's the best place to be in as a trader because it could get dangerous, and that's where you could see a lot of overconfidence. But this is different when it comes to sports. This is where you want to be in sports because, let's say you're a basketball player, you have hot spots on the court where you're just automatic from, right? And you you're feeling it. You have a perfect form. Someone could be in your face, and you're just gonna drain that shot. It could be a 3, it could be a 2-pointer, whatever. So that's just like when you're taking your jump shot, you're just fading through, and everything is perfect. You're not even thinking about it. But let's get back to conscious competence. This is where you know what you need to do, and now you're actually doing it. You know that you need to pay attention to like what your mind is telling you instead of your feelings, and now you're actually capitalizing on that. You know you need to take smart trades, and now you're only taking smart trades. You know you need to manage risk and cut your losses short. Now you're actually doing it because you're taking smart trades and winning trades, and you're securing where you need to instead of getting greedy. So this is that sweet spot that you want to be in, the right analysis over here. Right intuition, again, it's better when it comes to, let's say, sports, let's say sales. When you're on a sales call, like I said before, let's say you're on a sales call, a real estate call, you're negotiating with somebody, and you know everything that they're about to say, and you know exactly what to say after that. That's just being in the zone when it comes to communication with people. That's you're not even thinking about it. You know what they're about to say, and you just do it. This is like tying your shoe. You know that your shoe is untied, and you're not even thinking about tying those laces. You just know exactly what to do. You don't have to think about it. It's like breathing, right? So, like I said, I think that may get a little dangerous when it comes to trading, but at the same time, it is very beneficial. I would say where you want to be in. Let's do a little analysis on here. You want to be right in here, right? You want to be right in that sweet spot over there where, like I said, when you get into this area, you could be very there could be a high tendency of you getting overconfident with your trades, with your setups, and that could be dangerous. But right here, you really want to stay in this sweet spot. Does that make sense to you guys? Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to get my fucking Instagram back. Yeah, gold, I think we're going to continue to range until at least Wednesday over here. And we could very well break support over here. And we got that clean move to the left. But we could very well range until Wednesday because that's what banks, institutions are all waiting for. NFP, ADP. Look at this on the 4-hour on GJ. We created that bottom wick. Nice strong bullish candle out of that bearish price action, right? Respecting this bearish trend, we break out of it. We come down and retest, grab liquidity before heading up. This 4-hour looks like it may be flipping bullish. It's about to be 8 o'clock. We're holding support, right? We're holding this area, respecting this area. Previous support. This is a very key level right here. As you get this support here, rejection over here, rejection right here, and multiple rejections over here as well. If you look at the 30-minute, this candle ended up tapping this area down here, previous support, and flipping bullish. And price is failing to close below this area and close below this area, so we're forming higher highs and higher lows. 8 o'clock, right? Our safe buys are going to be once we break above 154.200 with a little bit cleaner price action up to the left. Like I said, it could, you want to secure your pips because it's a little tricky to trade in all this, right? Secure your pips, but this could very well, if we do flip bullish on the 4-hour, we could very well continue right back up to 155 and retest these highs, and that runner could tap that area. But we'll see. We shall see. Felt great to wake up and get that deck in.
You still doing it?
Oh yeah, I took a break because my leg felt like broken again.
Really?
Yeah, I did a I don't know how I tweaked it. I'm trying to think, But I think it was down in Key West. It was just walking around and everything, and just really irritated it. I remember I jumped doing something at the hotel, and I landed like really funny on it, but it wasn't that. I think that's what started it maybe, and then throughout the weekend, it just really progressed. And then when I was on the plane, then we were like sprinting through the terminal to grab our connecting flight. It's just a culmination of different things. So I don't know, but it's getting a lot better now. I've been in the gym, just not like going hard like I normally do, not doing cardio, just lifting. But today I told myself I was just starting
Good, man.
starting the decks, waking up again, doing what I gotta do.
What do you guys have planned for July 4th?
I don't know. I'm not too sure yet. But something I'm doing you might be interested in. But you ever play paintball?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 guns.
Yeah, you have 3 guns. That's awesome. So in Pennsylvania, they're doing there's just like World War II style tournament for the whole weekend. It goes like Friday to Sunday, and it's like on like 60 or 70 acres of land, and you're either the Allies or the Axis power. So you're either like the U.S., France, England, all the Allied powers during World War II, and you're storming Normandy, and you're fighting the Nazis, and you spend the entire weekend like storming Normandy. You camp. You set up your camp and everything, and like you do the whole thing. So it's pretty sick. That's gonna be in like a week or 2.
Man, that's cool, man.
And let me
Super cool.
see if I can find the map for you. Yeah, nothing here on a Monday, huh?
Yeah, I have a Tidman and 2 spiders.
Nice. That's awesome.
And I remember that back in the day, man, I used to be the shit, man.
Were you?
Yeah, I used to have a forest next to my house, and we used to play there, speedball.
It's the best.
Man, I used
So
to come
fun.
back home with a whole bunch of black marks on my face.
Oh, like
Bro, one time I got hit in the forehead.
eye
Man,
black?
I had a horn. I had like a horn coming out of my forehead, man.
A horn? What do you mean a horn?
Yeah, because you know people, what they do with the paintballs, they freeze them. You didn't know that?
Oh
They put them in the
shit!
refrigerator, and they
That
get
ain't
really
fun.
hard.
Yeah, but a hot day wouldn't let that last, right?
No, it feels like a BB gun hitting you.
Yeah, that ain't fun. Skirmish paintball. Here you go. This is the map. Got Paris over here, Axis base. Normandy is right down here, Allied base. And you basically storm the whole thing, and you just like move through and try to, obviously take the land and everything. Dude, the reason I love paintball is because it's literally like the closest thing to war without like being in war. And you get to experience it without it. And like some of the things you're doing as well, it's just like strategy, basically like playing chess. I don't know. It's so interesting to me. I was looking at this over here. Since we were holding this support ended up closing a stronger bullish candle above these candle bodies. Once this candle created its bottom wick and then flipped bullish, if this was a bigger range right up here, if this was more than 10 pips, if this was like 25 pips right in here, you could potentially grab this, right? It would have been a very risky trade, putting your stop loss probably at 154.050, right? Putting your stop loss down here, candle flips bullish, past the high of these candles right here. If this was a 25 pip range, you would have easily been able to get 10 pips out of this.
Yeah, you feel that wick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right up here, this wick, right up here as well. Continue up, and this could have been your entry to then continue right back up through resistance at 154.200 and continue right back up. Probably come to 154.400. It's just not big enough of a range. So do you want to take something like this on a Monday? No, because you could very well end up losing this. You start your week off on the wrong foot psychologically, and some people can't handle that yet. Some people can't handle catching a loss on a Monday and, you know, turning that week around. Or maybe, you know, you take a loss and then all of a sudden you have a revenge trade. You take 2 losses on the Monday, and it's just not a good spot you want to be in, especially if you're not an experienced trader. You don't know how to manage your emotions. So Gary took a cowboy trade as well, huh? Gary, you with us? So when price moved, Gary's been trying out a new strategy over here.
Yeah, he's playing with the Fibonacci's.
Mm-hmm. I've just, you know, this is my own analysis, or what I've been taught is that the fibs don't really work in consolidation.
No, it doesn't.
That what was that?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. Gary actually sent me a book. Actually, I don't want to bring up our DMs, but he sent me
about the Fibonacci when it's trendy.
Yeah, that's what I've always known, and what I've always been taught is that it only works when markets are trending. So
usually in consolidation, you gotta pull out the resistance and supports.
It could go anyway, you know. Sent the book in the books file. Perfect.
Thanks, Gary.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I read the beginning of it. I'm going to continue to look into it just because I like to know what you guys are reading and what you guys are interested in, and if you and I love the way these books are set up too. Look at this. It's just like nice to read, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I read it. It's interesting.
Yeah, right. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I started it.
I'm a visual learner, bro. I gotta look at things like that.
Right? Yeah. It's like a kindergartner, right? I'm the same way. It's like I love the visual. You know, I learn from videos, learn from audio, the best. I don't know. Call me simple, call me what you want, but I'm learning. It's all good, bro.
Nice book, man.
I do love to read though, so it's not like I only learn from video. It just keeps me more inclined to continue reading it, you know? This is cool. Mm-hmm. James, you're using FTMO now, right?
Yeah, that's what I do just for the crack, you know, see how it is.
Yeah, awesome. How's it going?
It's good. I'm down like not the start of the week last week. I was just like placing stupid trades just to see.
Yep.
and then I made it all back. So now I'm just break even pretty much.
Okay.
But
Cool.
once I stay in profit, they'll just give me a retry after the end of the month, you know. So
Sure.
I'm just doing it just for the fun.
Oh, that's
Trading a bit, you know.
100%. Yeah, I was just curious how you were doing with it.
Yeah, because sometimes I find like just trading my own fund is just you only take certain trades, you know.
Yeah.
I'm more disciplined, but with something like an FTMO, I'd be like just more inclined to try things out, you know.
Yes, exactly.
But we'll see how it goes.
Yep. It's the same thing with a demo. It's easier for you to take, like, you know, it's not your money, you know, so it's
Yeah,
easier
you can have a bit
to
of fun.
take those experimental trades.
Yeah, but at least with something like FTMO, if it works out, you know, they'll go to the next stage or whatever, do you know?
Mm-hmm. You guys see why I'm kind of staying out of, not kind of, but why I am staying out of gold. Create this higher high, right? Higher low, lower high, you know, lower low, higher high, you know, we're all over the place over here. So there's no trend to this. Tough to take. Yeah, this is interesting. Looks like GJ's rejecting this level. We're just going to continue consolidating over here. Hey, before you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you been with your trading?
Yesterday I just got the Soft4fx, so I'm gonna be like trying to do some of that today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so you just set it up?
Yeah, I was setting it up yesterday, so I'm probably gonna like do a couple of like sessions using my strategy on that today.
Awesome. Do you need any help setting it up?
No, I was watching Raja actually had a video on how to set it up, so I was watching that to set it up.
Perfect.
But yeah, I'm gonna try out my strategy today and see how many sessions I can go through.
Awesome. Good
Yeah.
stuff, man. Yeah, that's where you're gonna build some experience, some of that maybe artificial experience, I guess you could say, but not in a bad way. I know artificial sounds bad or fake, but artificial experience, I would say. I guess I kind of just made that up, but it's just like, you know, you're getting that experience with the back testing a lot more than you normally would. So like instead of getting one session in the morning a day, you're getting 3 or 4, right? Especially if you do it at the right speed.
Yeah. I was also looking at like US 30 and stuff. I wasn't trading on it,
Mhm.
but I was just looking at it. But I was seeing a lot more like break and retest opportunities on that. It's a way more riskier, I would say,
Mhm.
but like I see so many break and retest opportunities on that like all the time.
Yeah. That's one of those things where, you know, I know a lot of people test out US 30 and everything, but US 30 is like that's the hardest pair, I would say, probably to trade. So that's something that you can aspire to, you
Yeah.
know, and you can always keep that in your back pocket, and you're always looking at it every morning, and you're always like live back testing the trades. Just create like a column on Trello where you're journaling the trades. Just journal all US 30 trades. Like
Yeah.
these are the setups I would take on US 30. Look back like 3 to 6 months on US 30 and look for your setups.
Mhm.
All right, Carlos, I'll see you later, brother. Have a good day at work. Now, who was I going to schedule Zooms with? Let's see what we got here. Giovanni, we hopped on. Did one with Luke. Did one with Tiger. Christian, we got to talk. Oh, by the way, Christian sends his best regards. He's been going through a really difficult family business talk. I don't want to get too into it, but he'll be back soon. Nathan. Oh, Gafoor, did you want to hop on the Zoom?
Not in a while. Not in a while.
You what?
We didn't do it in a while. No.
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I was saying. Okay. Let's see. I might be able to do it today. I know my second Zoom I have to do with Carlos if he's available. I don't know if he messaged me back. But depending on today, because I'm helping my fiance's cousin move in. She's moving up from Florida. But I don't think that we're gonna be doing that till tonight. So I actually don't have any drives today, so I might be able to hop on that Zoom today if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Does tonight work? Because I'm about to leave in like an hour.
Okay. What time tonight?
Any time you're free after like 3, 4.
Because I think the helping her is going to be not till tonight, where I think my fiance has to work and everything, and she's not going to be able to travel an hour and a half south to do that throughout the day because she has to work. So I don't think we're going until she gets out of work. So I think I'm available all day today until there, but I am available tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow night's fine.
You want to do that? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. So put that in my calendar. We'll play it by ear. Anybody else want to hop on a one-on-one, catch up a little bit and see what's up? I feel like I haven't hopped on a one-on-one with Gio in a minute. Let's see, before.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to do it, I think 2 weeks ago, but something came up, or I don't know, I forgot what was. We were scheduled to do it. Yeah, I think that was Saturday.
Okay, so you want to do it today?
I probably could do it. I think I'll be busy over the week, so probably over the weekend if you're free.
Sure. This weekend might be tough, but just because of 4th of July, but we could do it probably Saturday morning.
That's fine with me. I'll let you know as well. I totally forgot about the holiday.
No, it's all good. Thinking Saturday morning would be good for me. The only thing is we're separated by 3 hours. What time do you normally wake up?
Oh, on the weekends,
On
I
the
wake up
weekend.
at 5.
On the
I wake up
weekend?
at 5 in the week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you want to do 8 a.m., 9 a.m.?
Yeah, that's fine.
Eastern Standard Time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you sure?
That's cool with me.
All right. Awesome. Looking forward to it. So,
yeah, I have my body clocks already set.
dude, yeah, I can't sleep past, I don't know, 6:30, I would say. Sometimes I get 7, but dude, I had I know I'm not on Instagram anymore, so you guys can't really see exactly what I'm doing all the time, but this past weekend, what was it? Early Saturday morning, I was up 3 a.m. I had 2 drives to the airport back to back. Then I got back, was able to sleep a little bit. I think I got all in all maybe 8 hours of sleep this weekend. So I had those drives early in the morning on Saturday, and then like we had a bunch of shit we had to do on Saturday, and then yesterday, which is all over the place, did the same exact thing. Oh, my cousin was up, so we were over at my grandparents and everything. But then yesterday morning, another 3 a.m. drive to the airport, turn around, pick someone up at 5 a.m., bring them to the airport again, and then come back, take a few, maybe like two-hour nap, and then I'm done. Oh, Giovanni, you're off?
Yeah, but I gotta go to work. I gotta get ready.
Yeah, sounds good, brother.
Take it
See
easy.
you tomorrow.
See you later, brother.
Later, man.
Have a good day, all right?
All right, man. Likewise.
So yeah, this weekend was pretty hectic. But yeah, I can't sleep past 6:30.
Wait until you got young kids.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I looking forward to it, but not yet. It
Steph,
just
can I show
sounds
you?
like
Can
I
I show you
look.
something?
What was that?
Yes. Can I show you something?
Sure.
Can you go back to that book I sent
Yes.
in and go down to page 86? Should tell you the pages in the top. Oh, I didn't do it on yours.
Are the numbers of like the chapters?
I don't know. Find out chapter. Chapter. That is, it's called Bullish Turtle Soup. It's called Turtle Soup.
Bullish what?
Turtle Soup.
What chapter?
Keep going. A bit lower. Keep going. A bit more.
Keep going down.
Yeah. And that's Turtle Soup. So keep going a bit more.
There we go.
Turtle Soup short. There you go.
Turtle soup.
This is this one here. All right.
Okay.
Go down to that chart.
Go back
Go
to
on
the
that chart. Yeah, go on the chart. No. Go on the book. Sorry.
Oh.
Go down a bit more. So you got it showing that chart, right? See where it says low of the day.
Yep.
And then so it takes it out, and then it reverses and goes up.
And
Yeah,
it starts that bullish trend.
Go on gold. On the 30-minute. And then you see, I'll annotate it. Sure. Okay, so look, you got the low of the day here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's come down, taking it out. And now price is trying to push up.
Mm.
So you've got the London low. And then you've got the New York low.
We break above here, continue up.
Yeah.
Start that bullish trend. That makes sense. Yeah, it's something I would definitely want to back test.
Just need a bit of confirmation.
Yeah, because you got this.
It's kind of like a fake out. Oh, reversal.
Yeah.
See, ever since doing this, we've just been in that bullish trend. Created that impulsive high.
That's it.
That's good shit. Yeah, I gotta get deeper into this.
It's a good book.
I bet. Where'd you find it?
Someone sent me it.
That's awesome. Weight FX setups. And he just made that himself.
Yeah, well, I think so. He's on Instagram as well. You're not on it, aren't you?
Weight FX.
Yeah, Weight FX on Instagram.
Good stuff. Let's see. Let me put this in here. Awesome. Gio, you're in the calendar. All right, guys, we're getting nothing. Probably just gonna hop off, so we're not tempted to take anything. But like I said, on GJ over here, 154, 200. If we do break above that area, let's keep the conversation going in the group. If you guys are in this, let us know. But I will let you know if I'm taking any trades or if I'm seeing anything that we could possibly take, and I'll call it out in the group. All right, gold, not even touching.
Sounds good.
Sound good, boys?
Yep.
I'll see you soon. All right, see you tomorrow.
See ya.